Dear students, myself Dr. Gauri Singh Gaur, and I will teach you auditing. Good morning, students. This is the syllabus of auditing paper, which is paper 2 from group A. The basic aim of studying this subject is to make you all aware about the principles and methods of auditing and its application. The unit 1 includes the meaning and objective of auditing, its types, and internal audit. Auditing implies the examination of books of accounts and related documents of an organization in order to correctly estimate their accuracy, completeness, and regularity. Such an examination is carried out by a competent and unbiased person known as auditor with the help of evidences, documents, information, and explanations given to him. The other topic which we will study is the types of audit. Audit is classified into two parts. The first one is according to the organization of the business, which is further divided into four parts, namely statutory audit, private audit, government audit, and internal audit. The second is according to the practicality, which is further divided into eight parts, namely complete audit, partial audit, continuous audit, periodic audit, interim audit, cash audit, cost audit, and management audit. We shall study each of them in detail later in the class. Unit 2 includes audit program, which is the preparations an auditor does before commencing the audit work. He has to certify certain basic facts. If the auditor has been auditing the accounts of the organization over a number of years, then he becomes aware of the facts relating to the business. Sometimes, in relation to certain facts, the auditor may refer to the file containing previous year audit documents and make preparation for the audit work on that basis. But if he is auditing the accounts of the organization for the first time, then before commencing his work, he has to receive a variety of information from the management. All these come under the preparation which he does before audit. An audit program is a detailed plan of work prepared by the auditor for the supervision and control of his assistants. The next topic is working papers, which means those documents, certificates, and confirmation letters which are used by the auditor while doing the audit work. All these are known as audit working papers. The another topic is routine checking, which means the daily examination of books of accounts. It is done with the objective to check the arithmetical accuracy of the books of accounts. When instead of examining each and every transactions contained in the books of accounts, only a few chosen transactions are examined in detail, is referred to as test checking. Unit 3. In this unit, we will discuss about internal control, which means the system of control of all the aspects of the business and its transactions. Normally, internal control implies controlling the internal work of the business in such a manner that profits are maximized and the possibility of manipulation or frauds are minimized. Unit 4 is related with the study of the term vouching, which is an examination of the entries made in the books of accounts on the basis of vouchers and check the authenticity of the voucher. The purpose of such an examination is to ensure that the entries made in the books of accounts are correct, reasonable, and authorized. Verification of assets and liabilities is the other topic which will be studied in this unit. It means the technique in which the auditor certifies the assets and liabilities as shown in the balance sheet by actual checking. Assets means that on the date of the balance sheet, such assets were present in the organization. The ownership of these assets was with the organization. They have been valued properly. They are free from any charge on them. Unit 5 studies appointment of auditors, their duties and responsibilities. Apart from these, divisible profits will also be discussed, which means that the dividends can be paid only out of divisible profits. Every shareholder is directly interested in the profits of the company. In order to demonstrate the efficiency of the directors, company sometimes pay high dividends to the shareholders. The Companies Act, by putting certain restrictions on payment of dividend, has stopped the practice of declaration of excessive dividends by the directors. Since, in order to pay high dividends, directors sometimes end up paying dividends out of the capital of the company. Another topic in this unit, we will study auditor's report. The auditor is appointed to verify the accounts of an organization. After verifying the accounts, the auditor gives a brief description of the work done by him, which is signed by him. This description is known as audit report. The audit report is the end product of each audit. Unit 7. This includes investigation, which is a special and in depth examination of the books of accounts of an organization with a predetermined purpose. An investigation is always undertaken with a specific objective. It is different from both accountancy as well as auditing. It is an examination of the position behind the books of accounts and to the roots of the various transactions. The last unit, which is Unit 8, is the study of various audits such as cost audit, tax audit, and management audit. These are the recent trends which will be discussed in the class in detail. Let us start our first lecture, which is meaning of auditing. What is auditing? Auditing implies the examination of books of accounts and related documents of an organization in order to correctly estimate their accuracy, completeness, and regularity. For example, if a person goes to a doctor to have himself examined, the doctor, only after a thorough examination of his body, gives his report as to whether he is healthy or not, and if not, what is the ailment he is suffering from. In the same manner, a businessman gets his books of accounts examined by a doctor of books of accounts, that is, the auditor, who, after a thorough examination of the books, gives his report as to whether or not they give a true and fair view of the state of affairs of the business, and if not, then what are the errors, deficiencies, and faults in them. The word audit takes its origin from the Latin word audire, which means to hear. In olden days, whenever a trader suspected fraud in his mind about the books of accounts, he appointed a person to hear the accounts from the accountant and give his opinion about its correctness. On the basis of the information supplied to the auditor, he states in his audit report the true and fair view of the statement of the affairs of the company. He certifies that the books of accounts are free from errors and frauds. He further examines the errors and frauds, if any, in the books of accounts and suggests to the management ways and means to overcome them. Thus, his prescription in the form of audit report proves very much helpful not only to the company but also to the whole society. Examining and submitting the report comes within the scope of an auditor, and his work is called auditing. Let's try to understand auditing with the help of this small video clip.
You will see, you will see, you will see. Finance is really easy. You will see, you will see, you will see. Finance is so easy.
Yes, mister. Yes, my auntie designed scarves which are blue. Did you receive my report? Thank you. Have a nice day. Bye.
Jean-Pierre, I have an appointment this afternoon to work in an auditing firm after my internship. Could you remind me what legal audit is about?
The audit, Firmin. And the audit is a legal mission to protect the interest of the shareholders. By auditing the documents and the practices of companies, you will be able to check if everything is okay. It's a very interesting job for a young graduate. I can see at least 4 good reasons to work in audit. You will see. It's easy.
I guess I understand what Jean-Pierre means. Audit is a very enriching job because you deal with numerous sectors in different kinds of companies. Plus, you will be in contact with the real decision makers of the firm. Let's observe Julia, who has just been hired in JOLF, a very famous auditing firm.
Well, my company is very unique because it's an industrial activity in which capital expenditure policy is essential. We sell services, so we have no inventories, but we don't need a lot of space either, except for the employees. So we need huge warehouses to keep our raw materials because we work on international scale throughout Europe, Middle East, and even Asia. We only work in Normandy. Period.
Being an auditor is far from the cliches we have in mind. It is not an old-school job about ticking, copying, and classifying tons of papers. You know, technology can be useful for auditors too.
No, we audit the system already. The processes are reliable. Yeah, you can lighten up the controls. Just a sec, I'll send you all the data. Here we go. Have you received them? Terrific. We Skype at noon, okay?
As an auditor, you will evolve very quickly. Your job will be a constant challenge in terms of knowledge and decision making. No room for routine.
Is it left or right?
I don't know. Left, right.
Audit is also an ethical job. Do not forget, you are here to protect the interest of the shareholders and the other partners of the company.
Big profits, right? Big taxes too, though. Do you think that we could increase a little the provision for more doubtful clients? I mean, regarding the tax rate?
No, sir.
Okay. How about not recognizing this big sale we did on the 31st of December? I mean, regarding the tax rate?
No, sir.
Okay, I understand.
Sure. Thank you.
It's okay, Firmin. You have understood.
Oh yes, I'm ready for my interview.
Firmin, how was your interview?
Not sure. I offered them a coffee. I said it is tax-free, and they say they will contact me.
I believe you all must have understood the meaning of auditing, which we will discuss later in the class. Thank you.